Yes. Yeah, I understand. Yes, I understand. Mr. Wade, I got a guy here says he was kidnapped by Martians. Said they took him home with him and they all went swimming in the canal. Says he's got pictures.
If that's the best we can do.
Hold. Mr. Wade, there's still the Reverend Stafford's ex-chauffeur. Now, he swears that Stafford made 3 attempts on his wife's life, but he won't budge on his price.
Pay it, Frank. You're the managing editor, not the accountant. It's only money. You know, paper clips. Oh, Michelle. How you doing?
Can I see you alone?
That's an invitation I'll always accept.
Look, I'm a little nervous about saying this, but I'd like to beg off the judge's story.
Michelle, we went all through this.
And I
last
agreed,
night.
I know. But the more of these I do, the queasier I feel.
Nobody said it was pretty. A lot of what we do isn't pretty. Iran Gate wasn't pretty. Watergate wasn't
For
pretty.
God's sake, Harlan, where's the comparison? What we're doing is sleaze.
The hell it is. We provide a service. A kind of journalism that the people can't get anywhere else. Kicking hell out of commie-loving politicians, drugged-out actresses, doctors who suppress cancer cures.
It's our duty under the First Amendment. I've heard that song before, Harlan. It's just not playing right for me.
Michelle. You're just tired. Burned out. Sort of goes with being a good reporter. I need your help, sweetheart. Those others out there, glorified hacks. If I take you off the judge's story, I may as well forget it. I can't afford that. The paper can't afford it.
Harlan, when I came here, you promised...
I know what I promised. I'll stand by it.
Then why haven't you answered my memos? I've sent you at least 5 on that chain of nursing homes.
You get me what I want, and I'll give you what you want. You have my word, Michelle.
I wish I could believe that.
Believe it. Hit a home run, baby. I'm counting on you. And you know I know how to be grateful. Say a week in Bermuda, Hawaii, Cozumel. Anywhere you want to go. On me, first class, with everything thrown in.
Wonderful man.
I'm having a medal struck in his honor.
Save one for me.
I don't believe it. Paul,
Surprised, huh? Tell me you're thrilled, too.
what on earth are you doing here?
I'm working on a case with Perry, which gives us plenty of time to get reacquainted. Want to buy me some lunch?
Paul, I am up to here with assignments. Honestly, I'm really jammed. Oh, sorry, this is Rick Connor, my partner in crime.
Rick? Hi. Well, you know, he looks pretty competent. Why don't you let him do a single today, huh?
I'd love to, Paul, but I'm already late for an appointment.
Okay, well, you leave me no choice. I'm going to come with you. I want you to wait right here. I'll be right back.
Where is he going?
Mr. Wade.
How are you?
You remember me, Paul Drake. That's for you.
What is this?
It's a summons and complaint for libel. Compliments of Senator Langley. Have a nice day.
Hey, you can't come.
Oh, I was afraid we laid it on a little thick for that Langley feature.
Wouldn't you know the lawyer on this is Perry Mason?
Mason?
Frank, I want you to drop everything you're doing. Dig up what you can on Mason. If you can't find anything, invent it.
The usual.
So you consider yourself a good friend of Judge McGill, isn't that right?
Well, yes. He said hello to me every morning.
And knowing his lovely wife, you must have been shocked when he and that pretty, long-legged secretary of his came sneaking in here that night. Very shocked.
Yes, very shocked.
And you never did see them come out, did you? She stayed here all night?
I didn't see them come out, no. Excuse me.
Judge Sanford McGill, in line for the state Supreme Court vacancy, has been having a secret love affair with his pretty long-legged secretary, a close friend confided. I was very shocked, the friend explained, when the two lovebirds slipped into a classy midtown hotel and didn't come out until morning. Who am I kidding?
Not me. How about you?
I wish I could. Why did you have to show up anyway? Did I advertise for a conscience?
Does this mean that I have to pay for lunch?
There you are. You're not dressed. The party starts at 2 o'clock.
We're not going.
Not going? You don't feel well.
Oh, I'm feeling fine. You know where the Society for Homeless Children is holding the event this year?
Yes, at the Melbourne estate.
According to this, it was recently purchased by Harlan Wade. Now you know why we're not going.
You're on the Society's advisory board.
We are not going.
But not even for the children.
If I can't get circulation up, the only thing we'll be publishing around here is our obituary. Huh. Nice of you folks to join us.
Sorry we're late, Harlan.
What'd you get from the doorman?
Nothing. He suddenly had an attack of conscience. It catches up to all of us sooner or later.
That's too bad. But we'll get it. Just up the ante. You were supposed to see him at 10. It's 1:30 now. Where have you been all this time?
Working on something else. The chain of nursing homes. Handled right, the story could get us a Pulitzer. If you saw what Rick and I did this morning, old people abandoned and dying, you'd know what I mean.
Nursing homes. Old people. Okay, kid. Go win us a Pulitzer.
Thanks, Harlan. You won't regret it. You'll see.
Connor. I was wrong about her, Frank. Very wrong. I want her out of here. Today. Dr. and Mrs. Clayman. Still the most attractive couple in town. Glad you could come. General, you're not leaving already.
My wife isn't feeling well. I thought we'd go home early.
Oh, I am sorry. I know this is a terrible imposition, sir, but I wonder if you could pose for just one picture with me. It isn't too often that I get the opportunity to be photographed with a great war hero.
Well, another time.
Oh, please, General, there may not be another time. I'd really appreciate it.
Well, to be quite frank, Mr. Wade, I'd rather be photographed with a snake. Excuse me.
What's with him?
You. You see, the general came by here to help a good cause, right? So why don't you just forget who he is? And while you're at it, call off that pack of wolves that call themselves reporters, because we don't need your kind of stories. Understand, Harlan? Great party.
You would pull your gun at your own party?
Ortega, what kind of way is that for a banker to behave?
I was merely getting your attention, since you don't answer phone calls.
Maybe I knew why you were calling.
I am sure you do. It's about the smear you're planning with me as the target.
What smear? I'm in the business of news, human interest.
Then you should be more careful of your sources. Am I clear?
Maybe we can talk later, when things get quiet. In the meantime, enjoy yourself.
I intend to.
Next time, let's try to get a few friends here.
Who?
No, thank you.
Oh, thank you. You don't care for any?
I'm here because I promised. I said nothing about having a good time.
Jason, I'm Harlan Wade.
Is that so?
We've never met, but I recognize you from your pictures. You must be Ms. Street.
Thank you. Yes. How do you do?
Would you excuse us a minute for a little business talk?
Mr. Wade, I'm not going to discuss the lawsuit.
I think you'll recall dates and places. You and Miss Street.
Very inventive.
But I can get bellmen, maids, hotel staff, others who will swear to occasions when you and Miss Street stayed together at the same hotel. How shocked they were by your behavior.
To buy all that, you must have a very large editorial budget.
Largest in the world.
Mr. Wade, I'd save your money for your attorney's fees. Young lady, I think we've enjoyed this extraordinary event long enough. Mr. Wade?
Doorman will get it.
Paul, I told you. I've got at least 3 hours at the word processor to get this story out.
Wade is never going to print your story.
Yes, he will. He has to. The only way I'm ever going to get off the informer is to make a name for myself. This is my shot.
Good luck.
If I make it before midnight, is that all right?
If you make it before breakfast, it's all right.
Any coffee left, Rick? I've got a ton of work.
Michelle, I tried to find you, warn you, but I didn't know.
Did Wade say where I was supposed to pick up my check?
Michelle, getting canned isn't the end of the world. Why don't we go out for a drink, get you calmed down?
You know something, Rick? For a second, you sounded just like him. Don't. You're a good guy, and he's a vicious, sadistic hypocrite.
Michelle, where are you going?
To show Wade what I think of him. He's not getting away with this.
Everything okay out here?
Yeah.
All right, all right. Hey, you're doing good. I'm gonna go back in the house.
Yeah.
Don't shoot, Harlan. You could spoil a lovely evening. I used your bathroom to freshen up. I hope you don't mind.
What do you want?
Harlan, I need your help.
You want me to kill the story behind your divorce, don't you?
Oh, I'd be very grateful.
You really think I'd give up that story for anything you've got to offer? Good night, Marianne. Great security, Moretti.
Sorry, Mr. Wade. She must have.
She must have. Why don't you get me a pair of trunks? We'll take a swim.
Sorry, Miss Benty. Mr. Wade's in the pool. Strict instructions. No more visitors.
Tell Mr. Wade I don't give a damn about his instructions.
Mr. Moretti, this is Matthews.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, right. Mr. Wade, Shell Benty's on her way in. the cleanup crew should be done with the party now. I'm gonna go secure the place.
You have 3 minutes to say anything you want to. After that, I expect to hear good night, thanks for the memories, and I'll see you around.
Oh, no, it's not that easy. You lied to me.
You're young, Michelle. Really naive. You knew what my paper was like when you came to work here.
I gotta hand it to you, Wade. You did one smooth con job on me.
It wasn't all con. I liked you, kid. You'd been a little nicer to me. Who knows, I might have given you anything you wanted.
Wade, you really are a sleaze. I'm only sorry I didn't see it sooner.
Careful, baby. You could fall on your face.
I know I was speeding.
70 in a 55 zone. May I see your license, please? Step out of the car, please.
Why?
I'm afraid you'll have to come with me, ma'am.
What's wrong?
There's been a murder. You're wanted for questioning.
What's going to happen to the lawsuit now that Wade is dead?
Well, if the new management agrees to print retractions, we'll drop the suit.
Morning, Paul.
Good
Did you get to see Michelle?
Yes.
How's she holding up?
She's feeling a lot better. The Perry's gonna see her.
Who do you think might have killed Wade?
I think we could fill a football stadium with suspects.
Why do you think they're so convinced that Michelle did it?
The party was over, everyone had gone home. Michelle was left alone with him, then he was found dead. When the police finally caught up with her, she was speeding away from the scene, so...
There was one other thing.
What's that?
Her fingerprints were on the murder weapon.
It must have happened when I was leaving. I slipped and grabbed the statue to keep from falling. Mr. Mason, are they sure that's what was used to kill him?
I've just gone over the police report. Wade was found floating in his pool. Fragments of the statue were found in his skull.
It just doesn't make sense, the thought of me wanting to kill Wade.
The prosecution's going to make a compelling case. Wade fired you. You were furious. You fought. He wouldn't relent. You lost control, grabbed the nearest handy object, and kept hitting him till he was dead.
I didn't do it.
Of course you didn't do it.
Good morning.
I should have expected to see you here, but it's always something of a surprise.
A pleasant one, I hope.
Of course.
Your Honor, this was not a death resulting from reckless conduct or even voluntary manslaughter. The people allege that this was a murder of premeditation and deliberation by this defendant, we respectfully request that bail be denied.
Your Honor, I've known Michelle Benty for almost 2 years, and I can assure the court she is a responsible young woman with substantial ties to the community. She is a professional journalist who...
Journalist? Your Honor, this young woman is a procurer of libelous misstatements and innuendos for a weekly tabloid that mocks the First Amendment while it pads its corporate wallet.
We're all acquainted with the confidential informer. I would remind my distinguished colleague, it is my client, not this journal, who is the accused here. Miss Benty denies any involvement with this death and is looking forward to her day in court.
The court is granting bail in this case in the amount of $200,000. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, Wade was sitting here at the edge of the pool. She grabbed the statue.
Someone grabbed the statue.
And when Wade turned his head, she smashed his skull in.
I should have never left him alone with her, not the mood she was in.
Mr. Moretti, from the time Miss Benty left the estate to when you discovered the body, how much time had elapsed?
Minutes. 3-4 max. Wait a minute. If you're saying somebody else had a chance to do it, impossible. There wasn't time. Besides, nobody could have got off this state. Everything was buttoned down tight. Nobody in, nobody out.
You're positive?
I'm paid to be positive.
Anything else, Mr. Mason?
I understand Mr. Wade always carried a gun wherever he went.
That's right.
Did he have it with him at the time he was murdered?
I saw him put it in the pocket of his robe just before he came down for his swim. Then he put the robe over there on that chair.
Lieutenant, there's no mention of the gun in the police report.
Oh, no gun was found.
Then it is missing.
Well, which point, Mr. Mason?
Well, it wasn't found on Miss Benty when she was arrested. This estate is certainly well guarded. I wonder how it could have disappeared.
She must have taken it with her and dumped it along the road.
Why would she take it, Lieutenant? The gun wasn't the murder weapon.
How should I know?
How indeed. Thank you both for your cooperation.
Well, what about letters? Did Wade receive any actual death threats?
Just your run-of-the-mill hate mail. Let's face it, anybody who's been the subject of one of Wade's smear jobs would love to see him dead.
Well, what about, like a story that might have still been in progress?
Kill Wade before it's even published?
Yeah, maybe. In an attempt to keep the story from getting to print, it's a lot stronger motivation than revenge after the fact.
You know, that makes a lot of sense.
I think it does, too.
Except most of what Wade publishes is just rumor, innuendo.
Well, maybe he had something a little bit more concrete this time. What were some of the stories he was working on?
All sorts of things. I've got notes on all of them at the office.
Notes. What about Wade's file?
Wade keeps all the juicy stuff and evidence locked in his safe.
You have a combination?
Uh-uh.
Well, let's go get your notes.
I think I better get dressed first.
Michelle, let me ask you something. If this guy was such a lowlife, why'd you end up working for him?
Best job I could get.
Why? This condo, car, half a dozen credit cards, that go along with it?
Yeah, it's part of the trap. But you know, reporters at the Informer make 3-4 times the going rate of other papers, plus all this. You start out working there thinking you'll just put aside a little nest egg and then leave to do something important. But you get real used to those big bucks. Guess I don't have to worry about that anymore.
No, not anymore.
Paul, it's not locked.
I mean it. Stay.
Harry, the simplest explanation is that there was information that was incriminating, so it had to be extracted before it fell into the wrong hands.
If that's true, why take all 4 files? You're sure only 4 are missing?
Positive. Wade kept them together in a special folder. The hot file, he called it. When I checked the safe after the break-in, it was gone. And with it, all the evidence Wade had dug up on General Sorensen, Oscar Ortega, and the doctor and Mrs. Clayman. There's information on all 4 of them in my notes.
Stella, are those 4 on the guest list?
Yes. They all seem to have been at the party.
All right, I'll check them out. You have breakfast yet?
Yes, I did.
And you're still here? Paul, we need that safe cracker.
Right away. Michelle, if you're up to it, would you help me, please?
Let's go.
You really love to get on his case.
Yes, I guess I do.
You want me to type up those notes?
As soon as I've checked them through.
Yes.
Miss Street, these are for you. Where would you like me to set them?
Oh, right over there.
That's okay. The tip's been taken care of. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you. Strange. Ever see a bellhop that won't accept a tip?
Maybe he's independently wealthy. Who are they from?
They're from the hotel. I guess when you take an expensive suite, you get an expensive welcome.
Good, Gretchen. Looks good for a green horse. It's my day off. I'm hungover, so if you want another screaming session, try primal therapy.
I won't take long, but I'm in a little jam.
I'm deeply moved.
Jack, I need some money. You've frozen our accounts.
Your next check will be on time, Thursday a week, just as the agreement says.
30,000, Jack. I need 30,000. Temporary alimony isn't going to cover that.
30,000 for what?
I can't say.
You're being blackmailed, aren't you?
How would you know that? Unless you're being blackmailed too, aren't you?
You're getting off easy. I'm supposed to cough up a... Excuse me, may I help you?
Sorry if I'm intruding, Doctor. I'm Michelle Benty's attorney. My name's Mason.
Well, I'm sorry for her. She deserves a medal. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that's all the help I can give her.
I take it you had a problem with Harlan Wade.
And since you're here, Mr. Mason, you already know that. And you already know we were both at the party the day he was killed. Care for a beer?
No, thank you.
I hate to rush you, Mr. Mason, but my husband and I were going over some important business. So if there's something you'd like to know, please ask it and then go.
I understand from the police report you left Wade's party so quickly nobody seems to have seen you leave.
I left early. I was bored to tears. If necessary, a friend will confirm that I was home tucking my son in bed when the happy event occurred.
Friend?
That's right. Bobby Conwell.
Oh, yes, Bobby Conwell. Wasn't he one of the reasons for your pending divorce from Dr. Clayman?
Who told you that?
Wade had reporters researching rumors about both of you.
Stay away from me, Mr. Mason. Far away. Oh, Jack. What we discussed before. I need it today. Or I swear it'll take more than a court order for you to visit your son again.
It's going to be one hell of a divorce, Mason. But she'll go down like the Titanic. I've got enough on her to get custody of my son and to leave her scrounging for nickels.
I'm betting on a draw. Doctor, just where were you when...
I was here, getting plastered, feeling sorry for myself.
Alone?
Of course.
Of course.
He's not there. You think he'd be at the park? Thanks. I'll try him there.
Grab that, I'll take this. We're out of here.
Well, look who's here.
I'm just getting my things, Frank.
No, I'm glad you came by. Look, Michelle, how much you want for your story? Rick, get up here and get some pictures, will you? Now, it's got to be an exclusive now, because I don't want you talking to anybody else.
Frank, that's the sickest thing I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot around here.
Yeah, well, why? I mean, somebody's going to do the story. It might as well be us.
Sounds like Harlan Wade's philosophy. Come on, let's go.
You're going to regret this. You're going to regret this. Why don't you back off? Come on, you got a camera. Will you use it?
Mr. Mason.
May I sit down?
You must have made quite an impression on my secretary to find me here.
I told her it was a matter of life and death.
My life? Wade's death. I mean, it is Wade we're talking about.
That's right.
And I am a suspect. Now, why would I want to kill my friend Wade?
I understand he had his people working on a rumor about your bank being in the money laundering business, that its top clients are drug dealers.
That's a lie.
Is it?
For a sophisticated man, you're very gullible, Mason.
Maybe what Wade had in his safe was proof of your bank's dealings. Maybe Wade was killed to stop him from exposing you.
What the hell is this about a safe?
It's in the late edition, Mr. Ortega. Somebody broke into Wade's safe and took a number of files, yours among them.
Why would I go to the trouble of stealing my own file so that I could blackmail myself? That's right. Whoever got into that safe called me an hour ago. He told me he had information that could destroy me and my bank. He wanted $100,000 for it.
And?
I don't pay blackmail, Mr. Mason. For a lot less than $100,000, I can hire a specialist to deal with the situation more permanently. Now, if you'll excuse me, I like to be at the bank before it closes.
Stunning maneuver, Pasquale. Very first rate, but checkmate, I'm afraid. My dear Michelle, you're free again.
Only on bail. I want you to meet a good friend. Paul Drake,
How do you do?
Cyril
How do you
Enright.
do?
Cyril's been very helpful to some of the reporters on the paper.
I'm a marvelous character witness. My credentials are impeccable. My record is spotless.
And he'll testify to anything for a price.
That's right. What have you for me today?
I need some information. Michelle tells me that you know everything that goes on in the city.
Something tells me we're going to talk about the underworld.
Cyril, it's important.
Last night, I had a run-in with a safecracker. Wide shoulders, chains on the wrist, around the neck. He's very good at his job. Do you have any ideas who it might be?
Yes, he's so boring. He's also very dangerous. If I were you, I'd stay very wide of him.
Well, I need his name.
Would you believe he's called Animal?
Where can we find him?
He usually frequents the Three Aces, probably still does.
Thanks, Cyril. I owe you one.
Be extremely careful. This animal's no pussycat. He likes to hurt people.
We've met. Thank you. Where do you suppose I can find a cab right now?
Meaning go home like a good little girl because Cyril says he's dangerous? Paul, I can handle myself.
I'm sure you can. You know what? I think I'm going to rent a car.
Paul, you're not going to find a rental car around here. Use mine. I'll get a cab.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, it saves me some time. I'll call you when I have something. Go home.
Impressive, General.
They're weekend soldiers. They're running fast. They'll be very effective.
In whose army?
It's hard to say. But they'll probably wind up in Central America.
Have you been doing this long?
No, both Captain Rivers and myself are retired. We're volunteers, that's all. Fills in some long hours and some very long days.
You don't sound like a man who's ready for retirement.
Far from it. Mr. Mason, what brings you here?
Some files concerning you were stolen from Harlan Wade's safe last night.
You're certainly not suggesting that I took them.
I'm suggesting that you were being blackmailed.
Don't dance with me, Mr. Mason. I don't like cute politicians and clever lawyers. You're implying that I had something to do with Wade's death. Well, I didn't. I went directly home from that party, saw my wife to bed, and fell asleep in the den watching TV.
Would you be able to prove that?
Unfortunately, no. I didn't think I'd have to have an alibi for a murder I had no motive to commit.
I can think of one. Isn't it true you were about to be appointed to the board of directors of the South Wing Corporation?
How'd you find out about that?
What's important is Wade found out about it. And a scandal involving you that went all the way back to Vietnam.
Sir, do we have to listen to this?
No. Mr. Mason has just overstayed his welcome.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Mason?
You all right?
We're all right. What the devil's the matter with you? This is a restricted area. Didn't you see the warning sign back there?
If there had been a sign, General, my driver and I surely would have seen it. You and I both know that.
See what the hell happened to it.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for the ride. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, what do you think?
Just great, Della. Especially this one on Dr. Clayman. Where'd you get it?
A Jerry Stringer from Kansas City. He came up with it.
Would you like it poured now, or shall we let it chill for a few minutes more?
I'm so sorry. We didn't order that. It must be some mistake.
It was ordered for you, Miss Street.
By whom?
I wasn't given a name.
Well, just leave it right there and come back in a little bit, would you please?
Maybe he's married. Or maybe he's just shy.
Must be some mistake.
Well, work on it later. Right now, I need you to check on the caterer, all the temporary help at Wade's party. I want their precise schedules, what they did, when they left, and unless you've made some plans I know nothing about.
Never.
Never?
Hardly ever.
Where's the drink?
On me. Get lost. Now, that'd cost you money. That messed me up. See, I got a job. I was talking to your friends, and they were telling me that you're the best.
I ain't got no friends.
Now, come on, Animal. I mean, Mr. Animal. You mind if I call you that? Now, we are talking about big money here. Not the kind of money you made last night.
I don't know what you're talking about, mister.
Well, come on now. He laid the whole thing out for me. Said you pulled it off nice and clean. That's why I gotta have you working for me. I got to.
You laid what out?
Come on, Mr. Animal. You got a short memory.
You know what I think? I think you're fishing. I think I know you. Maybe you ought to get your face out of mine before I break yours.
Okay? It's your loss.
What are you doing here?
You didn't really think I'd go home, did you? Here, I brought you some coffee. Black with sugar, right?
Yes. I did think you'd go home. And no, I don't like sugar in my coffee. I'm surprised you forgot.
Actually, I just guessed.
Where is he?
Right there.
Well, Doctor, you're a fine artist.
Thank you. What's on your mind, Mason?
You told me you were on your ranch at the time Wade was murdered.
That's right.
Your answering service called you there 3 times during that evening. One of them was an emergency you never picked up.
Maybe I was in the shower or asleep.
You can do better than that, Doctor.
All right. I was at a singles bar, trying to find a girl, any girl. I was lonely, drunk, but I went back to the ranch alone. Why are you picking on me, Mason? Do you really think I killed Wade just to keep my divorce out of his scandal sheet?
No. But you did have something much more damaging to hide.
What are you talking about?
A young doctor, much older and very rich wife suddenly and mysteriously dies. Self-administered overdose of insulin. Kansas City, 1967. You were almost indicted. Finally, the district attorney dropped the whole thing, insufficient evidence. You inherited $2 million, moved here. If Wade printed the Kansas story along with your present divorce, you would have been ruined.
I didn't kill him, Mason.
No one that I know of has said that you did, Dr. Clayman. No one.
Stay here.
My good buddy and photographer, Rick Connor. You like it?
I love it. Let's go pay him a visit.
I always wondered how Rick could afford this place.
Maybe he couldn't. That's why he's moonlighting.
He hired the animal? He's our blackmailer? This is his place.
Wait a minute.
Looks like somebody beat us here.
Lieutenant Donahue, referring to the report which you're holding in your hand, which is marked People's Exhibit H, what was the cause of death?
The victim died of a massive cerebral hemorrhage resulting from one or more blows by a blunt object to the base of the skull, approximately here.
This piece of carved marble, which is marked People's Exhibit A, do you recognize it?
Yes, I do.
What is it, and where was it found?
Well, that portion of the statue was found at the bottom of the pool underneath the victim, and those portions were found on the deck nearby.
Could this have been the murder weapon?
Yes, the fragments from the statue were found in the wound on the victim's head, and of course the portions that you see there were found close by the decedent's body.
Now, the statue is weighty, but it's not terribly heavy. Tell me, could a woman lift it, do you think?
Objection. No foundation in proper opinion.
Sustained.
Lieutenant, one last question. Fingerprints were found on the smooth portion of the statue. Were those identified?
Yes, they matched those of the defendant.
Thank you, Lieutenant. No further questions.
Mr. Mason?
Lieutenant Donahue. Lieutenant Donahue, the medical examiner's report also indicates the presence of several other deep bruises to the back of Mr. Wade's neck. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So it's possible that the killer inflicted additional blows to Mr. Wade's head either before or after the one that caused his death.
Well, I suppose...
Objection calls for conclusion on the part of the witness.
Withdraw the question. Lieutenant, the defense has learned that Mr. Wade carried a gun with him at all times. Does this agree with your findings?
Yes, we have statements to that effect, huh?
Isn't it true Mr. Wade had the gun with him in his robe pocket when he went down to the pool?
According to Mr. Moretti, it is all in my report there.
Now, when I first entered this case, I asked you if you'd found that gun. Now, I'll ask you once again. Have you found it?
No, sir. Since the gun had no bearing on the crime one way or the other, and assuming that the defendant took it with her and disposed of it...
That's all. That's all.
Mr. Moretti, is the woman you admitted to the estate that night present in the court?
Yes, she is.
Would you point her out, please?
That's her right there.
Indicating the defendant. Now, Mr. Moretti, were you with Mr. Wade when the defendant arrived at the house?
Yes, it was.
Was that before or after the party had ended?
It was a long time after the party ended.
Was Miss Benty expected?
Are you kidding? Mr. Wade had just fired her that afternoon.
So, the three of you were alone by the pool. Then you left...
to secure the estate.
Leaving the defendant alone with her former employer, the man who had fired her that very afternoon.
Objection. Argument.
Sustained. Strike Mr. Eston's statement.
Mr. Moretti, how did Miss Benty appear to you? How did she seem? Angry? Upset?
Objection. Improper opinion.
All right, I will withdraw the question. Mr. Moretti, only a few more questions, but they are vital ones. Did you see Miss Benty leave the estate that night?
Yes, I did.
How did she leave?
She left very fast. She peeled rubber going down the driveway.
When was that?
It was when I was walking back to the pool. Right before I found Mr. Wade floating in the pool.
How much time would you say actually elapsed from the time you saw Miss Benty leave the estate until the time you discovered Mr. Wade's body?
2-3 minutes, max.
2 to 3 minutes. Mr. Moretti, could anyone else have left the estate after Miss Benty drove off?
Absolutely not. Not unless they could fly. I secured the gates personally after she left.
So let me tell you something, pal. The beating you took last night is nothing compared with what's coming up
Look,
for
it
you in
wasn't
the second act,
blackmailing
so why
anybody,
don't you
all right?
give me a break? We're gonna be hanging coats off your nose in a minute. I'm trying to help you. You know, you're not the world's most popular guy these days. You know that? It's up to you.
Okay. I was in hock up to my neck. When I found out about the stories we were doing, I saw a chance to bail out. So when Wade got killed, I hired the animal. I got my hands on the files. All it took was a couple of phone calls.
Files, Connor. Make them public knowledge and you're home free.
From the cops, too.
So you give him Mr. Animal and you make a deal. Come on.
The files are in my locker. Spartan Athletic Club.
These guys that made your face so pretty last night, you recognized them. Who sent them?
Sure. I took pleasure in having it done. The only thing I regret is that my people are screwed up. I wanted the file on me, the one the blackmailer had. All I bought was trouble. Lately, I seem to be paying too much for too little.
Meaning what?
Wade owed a lot of money. He had thousands of promissory notes floating around town. I bought them all up at a premium.
So, if he printed any scandal about you, you could have thrown him right into bankruptcy.
You got it. He and I made a deal at his party. His silence for his solvency. You see, Mason, all you can do is nail me for turning a two-bit blackmailer inside out. But as for murdering Wade, why would I want to do that? I had him in my pocket.
Of course, you can prove all that.
Photocopies of Wade's promissory notes. The originals are in my safe. You want to save that girl, Mason? You're gonna have to find another patsy.
What's up?
Coffee?
No thanks, I had it in the shower.
Sorry about that.
What happened? You find Wade's missing gun?
I'd like you to find Lieutenant Colonel Stanton McCauley, retired as soon as you can. He lives somewhere in this area.
How does he fit in?
He served with General Sorensen in Vietnam. He was one of the junior officers who investigated the general on some rather serious charges. Find out if McCauley thinks any of it's true. It's all here.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Thought you went to get some rest.
I was going to until I saw this. This hits the newsstands tomorrow morning.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't remember kissing you.
Welcome to Harlan Wade's photo retouch lab. You might also notice that my neckline has dropped about 2 or 3 sexy inches.
Wait till my mother sees this.
Don't tell me your mother reads the Confidential Informer.
Are you kidding me? She wouldn't miss it.
You want to get some dinner?
This doesn't bother you?
Not if it doesn't bother Paul's mother.
Come on, let's make some more headlines.
Miss Street?
Right through there.
Excuse me, this just arrived for you.
For me?
Oh, that won't be necessary. The tip's been taken care of. Thanks.
Well, open it. Perfume?
$400 worth.
Sounds serious.
I just don't understand what's going on. You know the flowers that were sent the other day? They weren't from the hotel. And then the champagne, and then this. Who's sending these to me?
What does the card say?
From an admirer.
Well, you've done it again. Mr. Moretti, yesterday you testified that on the night of the murder, nobody could have left the estate after Miss Benty did. In fact, she was the last one out. Is that still your testimony?
Yes, it is.
But you're not positive, are you?
I believe I told you once before, Mr. Mason, I'm paid to be positive.
Yes, you did. But you told the police you saw Mrs. Clayman in Mr. Wade's house long after the other guests had gone home.
She was there, all right. I saw her come running out of his bedroom just before he went and took his final swim.
You didn't see her leave the estate, did you?
No.
Now, would you look at that young blonde lady seated in the second row? Miss Henderson, please stand. You recognize her, do you not?
Yeah, I know her.
Wasn't she one of the cocktail waitresses employed by the catering service at the party?
Yeah, I believe she was.
And she left with the catering van after Miss Benty did?
No. Well, maybe. Maybe she did.
Mr. Moretti, you testified earlier that from the time Miss Benty left to the time you discovered the body, only 2 to 3 minutes had elapsed.
Yeah, that's pretty close to the time.
But you're paid to be positive. Isn't it true you delayed the catering van's departure at least 8 to 10 minutes while you tried to hustle Miss Henderson's telephone number from her?
8 to 10 minutes? Excuse me, but it's never taken me 8 to 10 minutes to get any girl's phone number.
8 to 10 minutes, Mr. Moretti. The gate guard, the van driver, and Miss Henderson will all testify.
Maybe it might have been a little longer.
It was a little longer. Thank you, Miss Henderson. Mr. Moretti, if I now understand your testimony correctly, it is entirely possible that someone hiding in the house could have gone down to the pool, waited for Miss Benty to leave, killed Mr. Wade, and then fled the estate.
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Yeah, I drive that old van. Logan caters. Uses me a lot.
How many people did you drive out to the Wade party, Mr. Forbes?
8, but I didn't know any of them now.
You're sure it was 8?
Now, there's one thing I can do, and I can do good. I can drive and I can count. And when I say that there was 8 people penciling on that roster thing, that's precisely how many there was, and that is precisely how many I took.
When you left the Wade estate, Mr. Forbes, after the party was over, was your van full?
He ain't had an empty seat in the house.
How many passengers does your van carry?
Carries, let's see now. Let me figure this out. It's got 9 seats plus mine. So, 9.
In other words, Mr. Forbes, you brought 8 people out to the party, but took 9 back to town.
Yeah, that's right. You pretty good. Now, you're not trying to say that I helped no murderer escape.
No, Mr. Forbes, it's just simple arithmetic. I've no further questions.
Mr. Reston,
Nothing, Your Honor.
you may step down.
Defense calls Marion Clayman to the stand. Mrs. Clayman, you've heard testimony to the effect.
What I've heard is beneath contempt.
May I finish my question?
I'll finish it for you. Yes, I stayed behind and waited for Wade after the party was over. And yes, I was in his bedroom with him just before Mr. Moretti saw me leave. But no, I did not kill him.
Thank you.
Mrs. Clayman, you will please restrain yourself from doing anything more than answering counsel's questions. Is that understood?
Your Honor, what Mr. Mason is about to do is to smear me with innuendos about why I was in Mr. Wade's bedroom, my past relationship with him.
To anticipate counsel's questions, nor speculate on what he may be going to do. You will simply wait for counsel's question and respond. Is that clear?
Yes, perfectly.
Thank you. You may continue, Mr. Mason.
Mrs. Clayman, weren't you waiting in Mr. Wade's bedroom in order to persuade him not to publish a story about your impending divorce?
I guess so.
In fact, you didn't want him to publish anything in any way that touched on the divorce. Isn't that true?
Oh, what's the use? No, I didn't want him to go within 1,000,000 miles of it.
How did you plan to persuade him not to publish that story?
I offered to do whatever he wanted if he'd keep it out of his lousy paper.
And did you?
Objection, Your Honor. There is no relevancy here. Mr. Mason is harassing the witness.
Your Honor, I'm attempting to prove that my client wasn't the only one with the opportunity and the motive to kill.
Sustained. I'll not allow the question.
No, it seemed he preferred to take a cold swim.
Mrs. Clayman, you are not to answer questions to which I have already sustained objections. The answer will be stricken. You may continue, Mr. Mason.
You were married before your marriage to Dr. Clayman, were you not?
That was a long time ago. I was just a kid.
Back in Texas, wasn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it true you never divorced? And you knew you weren't divorced when you married Dr. Clayman?
No.
Mrs. Clayman, isn't it true that Harlan Wade discovered all of this and threatened to publish his discoveries, thus making your marriage to Dr. Clayman a nullity, depriving you of support and community property? Mrs. Clayman?
Look, I knew that Wade had found out, and that if he published the story, I'd be finished, ruined. But I didn't kill him.
Didn't you? Mr. Moretti testified that he did not see you actually leave the estate. No one else did either.
Objection, Your Honor. Mrs. Clayman is not on trial here. Mr. Mason is argumentative.
Your Honor, I'm merely attempting to establish that my client might not have been the last person to leave, that in fact, Mrs. Clayman could have been the 9th person in the van.
I'm sustaining, Mr. Mason.
Mrs. Clayman, you're acquainted with Miss Hillary Scott?
Yes, she babysits my children.
Isn't it true you had to pay Miss Scott overtime because it was nearly midnight when you returned from the party? Where were you all that time?
Objection, no relevancy. Mr. Mason is harassing and humiliating this witness.
Order. Order. Mr. Mason, I have been tolerant up to now, but this concludes this line of questioning.
Yes, it does. Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Did she do it?
What do you think?
No.
No. General, would you describe yourself as a man of action?
I would describe myself as a former soldier.
Who's seen combat? Great deal of combat.
Fought in 2 wars.
And you've killed.
I was an airborne ranger, Mr. Mason, not a pastry chef.
Meaning you have killed?
Yes.
Have you ever killed with your bare hands?
Objection, relevancy. It would appear that Mr. Mason is attempting to put the entire state on trial for murder in the bizarre hope of distracting this court from the real issue, the guilt or innocence of Michelle Benty.
Your Honor, my sole purpose is to deal with the real issue by proving to this court that my client is innocent.
You may proceed, Mr. Mason.
When you did kill, General, how did you regard your enemy?
As an enemy,
Is that how you felt about Harlan Wade? That he was an enemy to be hated and feared?
I wouldn't say feared.
You didn't fear him? Even though he was going to publish articles purporting to prove that while serving in Vietnam, you participated in the selling of millions of dollars of medical supplies to the black market, that you were a thief, and worse, a traitor to humanity? Those would have been Wade's allegations.
All those charges made against me were untrue. Anybody who knows me knows that they are lies. I didn't fear Harlan Wade or his paper.
Wouldn't Wade's allegations, indeed, wouldn't Wade himself have ruined your chance to become executive vice president of the South Wing Corporation? A position paying hundreds of thousands of dollars a year?
Anybody who would kill for reasons like that would have to be insane, Mr. Mason.
There are many kinds of insanity, aren't there, General?
Yes, there are.
Do you recall an occasion during the Vietnam War when a man saved your life by killing with his bare hands? Isn't it true, General, that you and a Colonel McCauley were saved by a young Jeep driver, a black belt expert, who killed two of your attackers with his bare hands?
Yes, that's right.
What, General, is that heroic soldier's name?
You're talking about my former aide of camp, my friend, Mr. James Rivers.
Captain Rivers, you heard General Sorensen describe you as a friend. Isn't it true that after you saved his life, he recommended you for officers' candidate school? And after you were commissioned, he had you assigned to him?
Yes, sir.
And you resigned your commission how long after he retired?
I believe it was the very next day.
The next day? You really are devoted.
Is that something I should be ashamed of, Mr. Mason?
No. Now, Captain Rivers, would you please tell the court just where you were at the moment Harlan Wade was murdered?
I would imagine I was driving General Sorensen and his wife home.
No, Captain. You came to the party in your own car. The gate guard noted the license number, and if necessary, I can recall the general.
No, I'm sorry, I forgot. It's my fault. You see, I usually drive the general everywhere he goes.
But this was a special occasion, wasn't it? You wanted to see Wade, and you wanted to see him alone. So you drove off, parked the car nearby, and then walked back. Isn't that so?
No, Mr. Mason, that is not so.
Tell me something, Captain Rivers. Isn't it true that you are an expert in unarmed defense?
I suppose I am.
And that if a man pulled a gun on you and was within your reach, it might be the last thing he ever did in this life?
I think that's putting it a little strong.
Is it? Why? Isn't that what really happened when you confronted Wade in the corridor of his house? He was surprised. He pulled his gun. Confronted by an angry man waving a gun, you reacted as you'd been trained to do. You killed him with a karate blow to the back of his neck.
Harlan Wade's body was found in his own swimming pool. He was
dragged there, thrown into the water, after you discovered you'd killed him. This statue was just window dressing, wasn't it? You used it on his corpse to make it look like the murder weapon. Oh, you were lucky, weren't you? Lucky that the caterer's van was still on the estate. Lucky that there was an empty seat. Lucky that you could pose as just another temporary employee. Lucky to have gotten away undetected.
Your Honor, this is pure speculation.
Your Honor, may we have a moment?
Yes, you may. Proceed, Mr. Mason.
Captain Rivers.
No. Now, you are way out of line, mister, and you can't prove any of this.
I'm afraid I can. Captain Rivers, there's a bullet hole in the wall of the corridor where the murder took place. At my request this morning, the police removed a bullet from there. There are traces of fabric on it.
Your Honor, all of this has absolutely nothing to do with me.
Police at this moment are checking the jacket you wore to the party to see if those traces of fabric match it. Defense is prepared to prove that this bullet, taken from the wall, was fired from this gun, Harlan Wade's missing gun. The gun that you, Captain Rivers, ripped from him after he'd fired at you. There was a struggle, the gun was lost, but the barrel of this gun had your fingerprints on it. More than that, there is final proof that you killed Harlan Wade. A fresh bullet wound. Somewhere on your body, Captain Rivers, there is a fresh bullet wound. Thank you.
I did it. I killed him! No! I did it. I didn't mean to. But, sir, I don't regret it. And yes, I waited for Wade that night in his house until after the party, because I was determined to get him off the general's back. I was determined. But before I could open my mouth, that man pulled a gun on me. Oh, let me tell you about the wonderful Mr. Wade. That man, he feared and hated the whole world. And the world in return hated him, and rightfully so. That man was a disgrace to his profession, to our country, and most of all to humanity. And he set out to destroy one of our greatest patriots and one of our greatest soldiers and the finest man that I have ever had the honor of knowing. And in the end, Harlan Wade destroyed himself. Justice. And as for you, Miss Benty, all I could say is that if you're gonna work for the devil, don't be surprised if you get burned. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, the people move for a complete dismissal of all charges against the defendant.
Case dismissed.
Congratulations, Counselor. That was remarkable. remarkable even for you.
Well, a whole new start. Somewhere I'm going to find a paper, I don't care how small, that will let me do my job the honest way.
Harry, I'd like to thank you.
Mr. Mason.
On your way, both of you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, dear.
At last, we're alone.
Harry. I know who sent me the flowers, the champagne, and the perfume.
Who?
You.
Why would I do that?
Because Tuesday was my birthday. You felt sorry for me, being here so many miles from home.
I admit nothing.
If you remember, after I was 39, I stopped counting my birthdays.
Really? What about the pearls, the amethyst ring, and all the other things?
Well...
Does that mean you're going to return them when you get to be 97?
That is the state's case. Therefore, Your Honors, I urge the court to deny this appeal.
Mr. Egan, isn't there anything you wish to add?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. We'll take this under advisement. Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Parks graduated #1 in his class from the Air Force Academy, the youngest officer ever to assume command of a fighter squad.
Imagine, if you will, that cold night last February. Home for the evening after a long day at work, Amy Beth Sawyer. Young, bright, pretty. Had just finished taking a shower. Before getting ready for bed, she'd fixed herself a cup of coffee. Suddenly, she thinks she hears someone at the door. Who is it? She may have asked. She moves toward the door, but stops, alert, listening. Who's there? Nothing. Silence. She steps cautiously toward the entryway. Suddenly, the door opens. Before she can step back, before she can defend herself, she is stabbed. Brutally. Again and again. Until, finally, Amy Beth Sawyer slumps to the floor. Dead. Her killer? Only a cruel, heartless person could take the life of a beautiful young girl. Members of the jury, the evidence clearly shows that person to be the defendant, Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Parks. You have heard how sheriff's deputies apprehended Lieutenant Colonel Parks, still at the scene, and how the fingerprints on the murder weapon were identified as those of Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Parks. You have heard the testimony of Amy Beth's employer, Jason Sloan, who was a witness to their clandestine relationship. You have heard the testimony of Mr. Sloan's wife, Althea Sloan, who told us of Parks' repeated calls to Amy Beth at her office. You have heard the testimony of Amy Beth's former boyfriend, Darrell Hurley, who went to Amy Beth's one night and discovered Lieutenant Colonel Parks there. You have even heard the testimony of one of Lieutenant Colonel Parks' squadron pilots, young Lieutenant Wilkins, who introduced Parks to Amy Beth. These facts lead us to one inescapable conclusion. Because Amy Beth Sawyer wanted to break off their illicit affair, because Amy Beth Sawyer threatened to reveal that affair to Parks' wife, Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Parks did cruelly and viciously stab Amy Beth Sawyer to death.
We find the defendant, Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Parks, guilty of first-degree murder for the killing of Amy Beth Sawyer.
Appeal denied.
Hey, Parks. Here's what your wife sent for you to wear to the hearing tomorrow. The van leaves at 6 sharp.
Thanks, Billy Ray.
Good luck, Colonel. I hope finding that new witness gets you a retrial.
Mason, what brings you two here? As I recall, when you sat on the appellate bench, you upheld my conviction and denied Parks' appeal.
You should also recall that I reserved comment on the merits of your case. I still do.
Well, I hope you haven't come all this way to help a desperate attorney. This case is going down for a third and final time. Good morning, sir.
With this new witness, Mr. Egan might prevail.
I wouldn't be too positive, Mr. Mason, with or without a new witness.
I am never too positive, Mr. Reston.
Here's the man of the hour now. Lester McCarran. This is Perry Mason. Della Street. And this is the Colonel's wife, Shannon Parks.
Glad to meet you, Ms. Parks.
Thank you. I don't understand, Mr. Mason. You were one of the judges that turned down my husband's appeal.
The court ruled that the trial was fair, nothing more. I voted with the court. But I never said I concurred with the verdict of the jury.
Mr. Mason has been kind enough to come here and counsel us on the best way to handle the retrial. That is, once Mr. McCarran has given his testimony. Well, I think we ought to be getting in now.
Mr. Mason, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yes.
Mr. Mason, I could use some advice about my testimony.
My best advice is to tell the truth as you know it.
I wish it were that simple.
It is. It is.
Mr. McCarran? Yes, I'm McCarran.
This was left for you.
Thank you.
McCarran, there a problem?
Oh, no.
At the trial, the coroner testified that Miss Sawyer died between 7 and 10 p.m. And later it was established that the defendant left his office just after 8 p.m. and was seen driving down the Old Woods Road on his way to the Sawyer condominium. Now, about a mile out of town, he stopped to help a stranded motorist with engine problems. That motorist was Lester McCarran. And Mr. McCarran will establish that the defendant was with him making repairs until well after 10 p.m.
If that is his testimony, it would appear to be highly exculpatory. Let's put him on the stand, Mr. Egan.
Mr. McCarran?
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sure. I mean, I do.
Mr. McCarran, would you please tell the court where you were the night Amy Beth Sawyer was murdered?
Well, that's hard to say exactly.
Hard to say. Were you or were you not stranded on the Old Woods Road on the evening of this murder?
I might have been, but I'm not sure now.
You're not sure?
It was over 2 years ago. How can I be sure it was the same night? I didn't even know she'd been killed.
Mark, I mean, I thought we had a conversation about this.
Mr. Parks, you're out of order.
Mr. McCarran, may I remind you that you are under oath? Now I ask you again, were you not with Colonel Parks on the Old Woods Road until after 10 p.m. on the night of February 17th?
I told you, I don't remember. I'm sorry, but I just don't remember.
God's sakes.
Mr. Parks, sit down.
You know we were together. Now, come on, you know I was there.
Mr. Parks, you will be seated now, or I'll have you removed from this court.
Kevin, please. Don't you want to tell him I didn't kill the lady? I didn't kill her.
That's it. Bailiff, please remove the defendant. Mr. McCarran, you can step down. Court is in recess for 1 hour, and I will see counsel in my chambers.
Mr. McCarran, wait.
Look, I'm sorry. I've got to get to a phone.
I don't understand. He was ready. He was eager to testify.
He looked absolutely frightened. Something must have changed his mind.
More likely someone.
Before he came in, he got a note and what appeared to be a gold locket.
Mark, we can't just let him run out like this. He's Kevin's only hope.
She's right. He is Kevin's only hope.
Well, McCarran's agreed to have dinner tonight, but he's leaving first thing in the morning. Why do you want to talk to him?
I suspect the locket and the note he received on his way into the hearing had something to do with his sudden change of mind. I want to talk to him about that.
Yeah, now the sheriff's suggesting McCarran and the hearing were just a setup so Kevin could try and make a break. Mr. McCarran, please. You came all this way just to testify.
Look, I told you before, there were some threatening phone calls after I decided to come back and testify.
Why wasn't I told about this?
We figured they were just crank calls.
Well, maybe they weren't. And I have nothing against helping Colonel Parks, but I'm not going to put my wife's safety on the line to do it.
What makes you think she's in danger?
Does that note and locket you received have something to do with it?
Who told you about that? I never said anything about that.
It was your wife's locket, wasn't it? All right. What did the note say, Mr. McCarran?
It said enough for me to know to keep my mouth shut and stay out of this. Besides, Parks escaped, right? That proves he's guilty, doesn't it?
Have you been able to reach your wife?
No, she hasn't been home.
Listen, we can arrange to protect you and your wife.
I don't want your help.
Excuse me, Mr. McCarran.
Yes?
The hotel desk just called with a message for you to call your wife.
They did? Oh, thank God. Is there a phone here I can use?
To the back.
Mr. McCarran? What?
Came from the back.
Yeah, operator, connect me to the sheriff's department, please, and hurry. Yeah, you know that fella that escaped from the courthouse yesterday, the one who was all over the TV last night? I believe I just passed him about 10 miles outside of town on old Route 99. Yes, sir.
chance in the hood. Spread those feet. Spread wide.
What happened?
What happened? You broke jail and killed that witness. That's what happened.
I know how it must look to you. Kevin is innocent. It hasn't been easy to believe in him, yet I do. I wish you would, too.
Look, Mr. Mason, representing Colonel Parks through this whole thing, it's had a very disturbing impact on my life. In fact, it's even made me question if I still want to continue working as an attorney. I must say, I'm not sure at this point that I'm qualified to handle this case anymore. I guess what I'm saying is I would be profoundly grateful if you would take it over for me.
Will you consider it, Mr. Mason?
So, I think whoever murdered Amy Beth Sawyer had to stop McCarran from testifying.
Any promising suspects?
Well, we should concentrate on the original witnesses against Parks. We need to find out more about Miss Sawyer's boyfriend, Darrell Hurley, and her employer, Jason Sloan, and his wife, Althea. Add to that list Lieutenant Wilkins. He was one of Parks' squadron pilots.
I'll get on it right away.
And since all the possible suspects were at the hearing yesterday, it means there's also an accomplice to contend with.
The man who helped Colonel Parks escape?
I think abducted would be more accurate. Paul, you need to find that man. Sergeant?
This is a restricted crime scene, Mr. Mason, so unless you...
I represent Colonel Parks.
Well, in that case, entrez-vous, sir.
You remember Mr. Drake?
Mr. Drake, good to see you again.
Body was right about in there. And Karen was turned over. All right, Sergeant.
What we have here, Mr. Mason, is Colonel Parks' fingerprints were all over the gun used to kill McCarran. We found threads on a nail that match up with the tear in the coat Colonel Parks was wearing. You will, of course, be sent a copy of my report, but in the meantime, sir, is that tight enough for you?
Evidence almost as damning as the Amy Beth Sawyer case. You handled that investigation also, didn't you?
Yes, I did, Mr. Mason.
Now, did you find anything unusual on Mr. McCarran, such as a note?
We didn't find a note. We found just the usual and this.
Eric, let me have that, please, sir.
Thank you, Eric.
To my beautiful bride, Denise. Someone sent this to him along with the note. Mark Egan saw him receive both just before he entered the courtroom.
Again, Mr. Mason, we didn't find a note. Now, I'll tell you what I think, sir. I think Colonel Parks followed him here, and I think Colonel Parks killed him. The reason why he killed him, McCarran refused to testify.
What about the threats against Mr. McCarran's wife?
We know about that, sir.
You checked with the desk to make sure, in fact, a message was sent by his wife?
Which would not change the basic fact that the preponderance of evidence clearly indicate Colonel Parks killed McCarran. We will, of course, check on everything connected to this case, to include the accomplice who broke Colonel Parks out of our courthouse.
We believe Colonel Parks was kidnapped from your courthouse.
Mr. Mason. I'm inclined to think that you gentlemen will believe almost anything.
We do believe that Colonel Parks has been elaborately framed. Now, as soon as the kidnapper is in custody, I have a few questions for him.
We must find him first, Mr. Mason. And we will keep on trying.
You don't mind if I try, too?
Good day, Sergeant. What else can you tell us about the man in the elevator?
Nothing. I tried to get a look at him, but I passed out before I got a chance.
Doesn't give me much to go on.
What about when you woke up? Maybe someone driving by?
I didn't see anyone.
You were out for a couple of minutes before you realized where you were. Did you hear something? Maybe the sound of a truck?
Well, I heard a car leaving, but it...
Something wrong?
That's probably just another nightmare.
Nightmare?
Yeah, I keep having this dream about a MiG on my tail. It's got me locked on, and I know he's gonna fire the missile. I can't do anything about it. It's probably nothing, but every time I have the dream, it's in F4s, and this time it sounded like A7s.
A7s?
Oh, I'm sorry. A7's a plane we use for fighter training.
Tell me something, Colonel. Do these training flights ever pass over the area where you were found?
Oh, yes, sir. We use that grid area quite often for low-level runs.
Paul, find out if there are any planes in that area. One of the pilots might have seen something.
You might check with base ops. If Captain O'Malley's still there, that's the best place to start.
First thing in the morning.
In your trial, Colonel, prosecution claimed you were having an affair with Miss Sawyer.
You want me to tell you the whole thing's untrue? Well, it is, believe me. I didn't even meet Amy Beth until Lieutenant Wilkins introduced me to her at a party. And I only saw her 2 times after that.
You testified she called you about a problem she couldn't discuss over the phone.
Yes, sir, she did. She was very upset. And I told her that I would talk to her after I got off work, but she never asked me about the problem. I got the feeling that she was feeling me out, to see if I was an individual she could trust.
And she called you again?
Yes, sir. That's when we met at her condo, and then her boyfriend showed up banging on the door, Daryl Hurley. Of course, when he saw me there, he got pretty steamed, and I thought it was in everybody's best interest that I get out of there.
Why did you agree to meet with Amy Beth? She had something of a reputation, didn't she?
Come on, Mr. Mason. Because everybody in town thought she was a tramp?
Well, that appears to be the general perception.
Listen, I don't know what you've heard, but Amy Beth was a person of integrity.
Had she and Lieutenant Wilkins been seeing a lot of each other?
I didn't pay attention to Lieutenant Wilkins' private life. It was none of my business.
And you never found out what it was she wanted to talk about?
No, sir. I did get the feeling that it was connected with something or someone on the base, but like I said before, she was always very cautious about the whole thing.
Well, we'll have to find out how cautious, won't we?
Good night.
See ya.
Morning, Lieutenant.
Morning.
We're trying to find out if Captain O'Malley is on duty today.
Has been reassigned. Try flight prep and debriefing. Hangar 33.
Hangar 33 is down at the end of the field. I'll try to meet up with you there later.
All right, I'm going to speak to the lieutenant if that's all right.
Sure, that's fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Paul Drake. Lieutenant Peter Graham. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, too.
Back from a training mission?
Yeah, no getting around that, is there? If you find a way, you let me know.
Well, that kind of comes with the territory, though, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask a question. Is it possible you were flying this time yesterday morning?
As a matter of fact, it was. Why?
Well, is it likely that you would have seen anything on a highway north of town, runs up into the mountains?
Sir, we crossed that highway doing better than 325 knots. Now, of course, camera could pick something up.
Camera, what, you take pictures?
Well, they don't let us shoot any live animal. Sort of makes the natives restless, if you know what I mean. So we shoot video instead.
Any chance I could see the tape from yesterday morning?
I don't know about that. You'd have to talk to Captain O'Malley, Hangar 33.
All right, well, thank you very much, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
So anyway, when I found out that there might be a tape, I thought I'd like to see it if I can.
Well, we can run the tapes in a few minutes. I'm having them queued up now. I'll still have to check with the legal office to get you cleared for look-see.
All right, well, I appreciate it, Captain.
Colonel Parks is more than an officer and a gentleman. He's my friend. Earning respect as a woman in the Air Force isn't always a smooth course, Mr. Drake. Colonel Parks helped me over some of the rough spots.
And you don't think he's guilty either?
Judging by the man, no. Illicit affairs, murder, not Colonel Parks. I mean, it just doesn't fly.
Well, one thing for sure.
What's that?
He knew a good officer when he saw one. Here's your roster schedules, Captain.
Thank you, Lieutenant Wilkins.
Lieutenant Wilkins, didn't he testify at Colonel Parks' trial?
That's right.
I'll be right back.
Lieutenant Wilkins! Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?
Who are you?
Paul Drake. I work for Colonel Parks' defense attorney.
Well, I've got nothing against Colonel Parks, but I've said all I have to say.
Is that why we're walking so fast? I'm out of breath here.
I've got an appointment in town.
I see, listen, you know, I heard your testimony at the first trial.
I've got nothing to add.
Tell me something. Did you and Amy Beth Sawyer go out a lot, or did you just get lucky that night?
Sir, I'm not going to honor that with a response.
You did get lucky.
I have a doctor's appointment.
See you again, okay?
Morning. Can I help you, gents?
Yes, I have an appointment with Mr. Sloan. My name's Mason.
Sure thing, Mr. Mason. I'm Ellis Milbourne, his brother-in-law. Mason, you're Parks' new lawyer, aren't you?
That's right.
This is going to be your chance to get in on the ground.
He should be finished with his presentation. I'll send him right over.
Right here on
May
this
take a
site.
minute.
Centrally located just off the freeway.
We're planning not only the shopping mall, but also housing, restaurant, and entertainment facilities. It's going to be the largest multi-purpose development in the history of this city.
Mason's over there.
Uh-huh. Okay, now, Ellis Milbourne here has a schedule of terms and proposals. If any of you folks are interested in any more information about Milbourne Center, he'll be happy to work with you. Thanks very much.
Morning. Stacks of information right here, spec sheets, floor plans. Lists of some of the big chains that are interested.
This appears to be a very ambitious project, Mr. Sloan.
Oh, it's prime, really prime. How can I help you, Mr. Mason?
I understand Amy Beth Sawyer was working as your executive assistant.
Yeah, she was a crackerjack in the office. I really miss her.
Is that why you provided her with the condominium she was living in when she was murdered?
Well, now, it's not exactly the way you make it sound. See, her rent was being raised where she was, so I helped her out. We kept that condo for out-of-town investors. This was just a temporary arrangement.
I take it Mrs. Sloan approved?
It was her idea.
How long did Miss Sawyer live there?
5, maybe 6 months. Once she was in there, I couldn't just kick her out. Besides, her old boyfriend, Daryl Hurley, kept begging her to come back with him. Made all kinds of trouble trying to get her back.
You obviously took a personal interest in Miss Sawyer's well-being.
Anything wrong with that, Mr. Mason?
Of course, you had a key to the condo.
Of course I had a key to the condo. I owned it. Why do you ask?
There were no signs of forced entry. Whoever murdered Miss Sawyer either was let in or had a key.
Miss Sawyer was murdered and Parks was convicted. Now, what are you doing, Mason?
Trying to set the record straight. Where were you the night she was killed, Mr. Sloan?
Right. I was going over some accounts at my office.
Alone?
Yes, alone. But that big war hero killed her, and everyone in town knows it.
Everyone but me.
Good day, Mr. Mason.
These are the ones that would have the highway in them, Mr. Drake.
Call me Paul.
Well, then maybe you should call me Terry.
All right. Wait a minute. Right there.
I'll rewind and stop motion.
Oh boy, even with the blow-up, I don't think I can see those license plate numbers.
You need to find this car?
Well, it would sure put me closer to the guy driving it.
I have a couple of days' leave saved up. I'd like to help you look for
I appreciate that, but without the plate numbers, the legwork alone might take days.
it. Well, why don't we go after the same way you got the picture?
What do you mean? Go up in an A7?
No, of course not.
Relax, I've got over 300 hours in one of these.
Oh, great. I got about, let's see, 15 minutes.
You know, if you don't look out that window, we'll never find that car.
Wait a minute. What was that? Did you see it?
No, what was it?
Something through the trees. Can we make another pass?
You got it. Where was it exactly?
Right, wait a minute, right there. See it?
Nice going, Paul. That's it. I'll put her down right in that clearing.
Nice and easy. Terrific.
Doesn't seem to be anybody here. Just the car.
Well, they certainly would have heard us coming in.
It's locked.
I'd be tempted to break in, but it might float as evidence.
What do you suppose it's doing here all by itself?
Got me. Stashed, I guess. Didn't leave on foot. Look, a second set of tire tracks.
You do this for a living.
Well, we can't all be pilots.
Camping equipment.
In the Bar X Motel.
There's a cardboard box in the front seat. You make out the name on it?
Darryl Hurley.
Darryl Hurley. Who's he?
It's a man we need to see. Come on, I want to get back to Perry.
Hey, brace yourself.
Well, you all right?
Yeah, we're fine. They just want to do a couple routine checks back at the hospital.
You must be Perry Mason. I'm Terry O'Malley.
Oh, Captain. Looks like you saved his life.
Well, I'm afraid it was the other way around, Mr. Mason.
Perry, we found the car. I also got a fairly good look at the guy who was shooting at us. Had a full beard, plaid shirt. Kind of a hunter-looking guy.
Drake, we just got a report on that license plate number you gave us. It was stolen.
Figures.
We still have that videotape of the car.
What videotape?
There was video taken from a fighter plane showing a second car in the area where they found Colonel Parks.
Captain, this is a criminal investigation. I expect to have that tape on my desk this afternoon.
Yes, Sergeant.
What else can you tell me about that car, Drake?
There was a cardboard box in the front seat with the name of Darrell Hurley on it.
Darrell Hurley.
Any objections to my being there when you question him, Sergeant? You are, of course, going to do that.
And perhaps you would like for me to provide you with a car, too, Mr. Mason?
Oh, thank you. But that won't be necessary.
No, I don't own a green Ram Charger. And I don't know anybody who does. What's this all about, anyway?
It's about the man who abducted Colonel Parks from the courthouse and who tried to kill my associate, Paul Drake.
Darrell, this is Perry Mason. Mr. Mason is handling Colonel Parks' defense.
Well, I was sitting in the courtroom when Parks broke loose. And you can ask any of my men. I've been here working straight since 7 this morning.
Now, Darrell, I understand that there was a cardboard box on the front seat of the car with your name on it. Is there anything to that?
It's going to take more than that to hang me. I have a warehouse full of boxes with my name on them. They're all over this city.
Thank you very much, Darrell. Have a nice day. Mr. Mason.
Looks like business is booming, Mr. Hurley.
There are a lot of big contracts in this area now. I'm doing all right.
Pity we can't say the same for Amy Beth. Must have been quite a blow to you when she broke off your relationship.
Amy Beth is the best thing that ever happened to me. We were made for each other. She just needed a little time to straighten out her head enough to know it. Messing with those flyboys at that airbase. That's what got her killed.
I assume you're referring to Colonel Parks.
Well, I heard she'd gone for somebody up there. I didn't know who. Until I went to her condo that night. Found her there with Parks.
So you testified. How did you know she was involved with him?
I don't need to put my finger in a light socket to know there's juice in it. He was there. I saw him. That was enough for me.
Is that why you became so angry? So angry the Colonel decided to leave before you could start a fight?
What difference does it make now? She's dead, isn't she? The time that Parks is going to get for this, he might as well be dead, too. You're just making trouble for everybody.
Not everybody, Mr. Hurley. Not everybody.
Right. Good. Good. Thanks. I got the base legal office working on releasing that videotape. Any luck inside?
He's staying here, all right, under the name of a Frank Johnson. Clerk gave me a fairly good description of him, too.
All right. Well, I guess we better call Sergeant Brock, huh?
All in good time, all in good time. As long as we're here, why don't we pay our Mr. Johnson a little visit?
Well, I don't see his car anywhere.
All the better. Gotta get in there somehow.
What?
just about finished in here?
Yes, I am.
Let's take a look around while we're here. You look in the bathroom and I'll check out the closet.
Nothing in the bathroom except for this brush. From the look of all this hair, he must be going bald.
Well, the clerk did say that he was a big, hairy mountain man type. But what he needs with a blue button-down Oxford shirt, I don't know.
If he's living in the hills, why check in here?
Why would he rent a tent just to carry it around? And he's got 2 cars? Come on, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, in any case, we're gonna get out of here while we still can.
Have you met Mr. Mason, Park's new lawyer?
Mrs. Sloan?
Mr. Mason? I'll lock up Ellis. We'll finish the leases in the morning.
See you tomorrow, Mr. Mason.
My husband told me about your talk. I can't understand why you're digging into this again. We've all been through so much already.
A man's life depends on it, Mrs. Sloan.
I know.
Amy Beth Sawyer. She worked here. Did you think she was effective?
No. But my husband did. Amy Beth had a way with men, as you've probably already heard. But I was the one in the office with her day after day.
And it was your idea to let her move into your company condominium?
That was my husband's. Jason couldn't do enough with a little tart.
You didn't object?
Oh, I most certainly did. Until I realized it wasn't worth the fight. She wasn't interested in Jason. It was the colonel. She was on the phone constantly to the airbase.
You're sure of that?
Mr. Mason, if you're trying to make a case that I was jealous enough of Amy Beth to murder her, forget it. The money in the family is mine. All mine. Jason knows he'll lose it if he strays very far.
The night she was killed, where were you?
At home, having a late supper with my husband. He'll confirm that.
I don't think so. He told me he was working here at the office. Alone. Good day, Mrs. Sloan.
Perry, I can't make anything out of this Johnson guy. Everything about him's phony, including his name. Backwoods mountain type is losing his hair is about all I can come up with. Short of, I don't know, tracking down this laundry tag.
Paul, hold it a second.
I'll have it ready shortly.
Have you called Sergeant Brock with any of this?
I left a message for him, but he was out.
What else?
Just a one-sided conversation with Lieutenant Wilkins. Before he ran out on me, he said he had a doctor's appointment in town. You want me to stay on this guy?
No. Keep after this elusive Mr. Johnson. Tell him, what have you come up with on the Sloans and the Milburn project?
Jason Sloan was just a general contractor working for Althea's father when he married her. Seems he hasn't managed her money very well. He's lost almost all of her land except for a 300-acre tract south of the airbase.
But
The site of the Milbourne Center is north of town.
I know. But from what I can gather, Jason Sloan worked out a land swap with the government for that 50-acre parcel.
Now we need specifics. Also, call the airbase.
See if the wing commander can see me first thing in the morning.
Do you know when you'll be back?
I'm not sure.
Mr. Mason?
Thank you for seeing me, General. We didn't give you much notice.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I feel responsible for what's happened to Colonel Parks.
Because you requested his transfer here to Kirby as senior pilot instructor?
Yes, he was a skilled pilot. I believed him to be an officer of great integrity.
Then you must find it hard to believe he murdered Miss Sawyer and Mr. McCarran.
I don't believe that. Now, how can I help you, Mr. Mason?
What can you tell me about the land trade made with Jason Sloan?
It won't be a trade officially. We needed to expand our dependent housing. When Sloan suggested the old Milbourne factory site, it seemed the perfect solution. Sloan offered to donate their land if we would sell them ours.
Doesn't that seem odd to you?
Oh, not with what he wants to do. The old factory site is right in line with our flight path. Any commercial development down there would be doomed from the start. But what does that have to do with Colonel Parks?
We're pursuing a number of different leads. I'd like to talk to Lieutenant Wilkins while I'm here, if you have no objections.
Wilkins, I certainly have no objections.
That's our tag, all right. But trying to find a customer with just that? You're asking a lot, mister.
You sure? He's got long hair, full beard. Maybe somebody else here's seen him.
There's not anybody else here. I'm it, and I've been it for better than 5 years, and I don't have any customer looks like that. Sorry.
Roger, Red Eye 01. You are cleared for takeoff. Winds are 12 knots at 19 degrees.
Engine and instruments, good. Temperatures?
Looking good. I'm ready for takeoff. Roger, Red Eye 01. Okay, Wilkie, make this a good one. We got us a VIP watching.
We having fun now. Who's out there?
And this is our flight simulator control room, Mr. Mason. Lieutenant Wilkins is flying the simulator now.
It's Peterson and some guy named Mason. Roger. Brakes released now. Roger, Red Eye 01. Red Eye 01, you are trailing smoke. I repeat, you are trailing smoke. Red Eye 01, do you copy? Kirby Tower on guard, confirm smoke. Red Eye 01, smoke confirmed. You are on fire. I repeat, you are on fire. Not now. Please, God, not now. Come on, Wilkie, talk to me. Red Eye 01, engine and temperature redlining. Do you copy? I repeat, you are on fire. What are your intentions? Get up, get up.
What's he doing in there?
I don't know, Captain. Come on, Wilkie, you're losing it. Red Eye 01, eject. I repeat, eject.
Wilkins.
Lieutenant Wilkins, my name is Mason. I'm Colonel Parks' attorney.
Sir?
Are you feeling all right? You seem to be having some difficulty in there.
No, I'm fine. I just got confused about fire takeoff procedure, sir.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind answering a few questions regarding your testimony in Colonel Parks' trial.
Don't you come in here and start asking me a whole lot of questions about something that happened a long time ago. I have nothing to add to the record. It's bad enough I had to testify against my own squadron commander.
I'll see you at the hearing tomorrow.
Sir?
Good morning, counsel. In the matter of People versus Kevin Parks, people ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense ready?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Rusty, you may call your first witness.
The people call Sergeant Clifford Brock.
Sergeant Brock, when you investigated Lester McCarran's death, did you find anything of significance at the scene of the shooting?
Yes, we found threads on a nail in the back door leading to the restaurant.
Are these the threads to which you are referring?
Those are the threads.
Let the record show that Sergeant Brock has indicated the threads that are marked People's Exhibit 12. Did you find the garment from which these threads came?
The threads were an obvious match to a tear in the suit coat, which was found on the front seat next to the defendant at the time of his arrest.
Would this jacket marked People's Exhibit 14 be the coat that you found?
That is the coat.
I show you now People's Exhibit 15 and ask if you recognize it.
That is a .38 revolver, which was also found in the car next to the defendant at the time of his arrest.
It has been stipulated by defense that People's Exhibit 15 was indeed the murder weapon. It has been further stipulated by defense that the defendant's fingerprints were found on this revolver. Sergeant, was a paraffin test performed?
Yes, it was. The paraffin test was performed by me on the hands of the defendant, and it indicated he had recently fired a weapon.
Thank you, Sergeant Brock. No further questions?
Thank you, Mr. Reston.
Mr. Mason?
Now, Sergeant, isn't it true that none of Colonel Parks' fingerprints were found at the scene of the crime?
That is correct, Mr. Mason.
That means not on the back door of the restaurant, not on its doorknob, not on its door handle, not anywhere.
That is also correct, Mr. Mason.
So it's possible, is it not, for another person to have placed this revolver in Colonel Parks' hand while he was unconscious, and then to have caused it to fire, leaving traces of gunpowder on his hand?
Objection. Assumes facts not in evidence and calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Sergeant, you're an experienced investigator. Did you find the absence of fingerprints at the restaurant unusual?
Well, Mr. Mason, it has been known to happen, and besides, we did find those threads, sir.
Oh, yes, threads. With the court's indulgence, defense would like to engage in a brief demonstration.
What sort of demonstration, Mr. Mason?
A demonstration relating to threads, those just mentioned by the sergeant.
All right, Mr. Mason. The court has no objections. Mr. Reston?
No objection, Your Honor.
Sergeant, that door frame has been marked Defense Exhibit D for identification. Please examine it and tell us if you recognize it.
I recognize it, Mr. Mason. It is a back door frame from Langley's restaurant. I sure hope Mr. Langley knows about this, sir.
He does, Sergeant. I hope you appreciate the trouble he went to in getting that door frame to this court. All right, Sergeant, that nail. The nail where you found the suit threads. Has it been moved or adjusted in any way?
No, Mr. Mason, same place.
You're sure?
I'm positive, Mr. Mason.
Thank you. Colonel Parks, would you please stand over there near the sergeant? Now, Colonel, would you please stand within the door frame? Sergeant, wouldn't you agree that his shoulder would be at least 4 inches lower than the nail in that door frame?
About 4 inches, Mr. Mason, or more.
Thank you, Colonel. One more thing, Sergeant. Please sit down. Now, defense requested that you bring a locket to this court. The locket that was recovered from the body of Lester McCarran after his death. Is that this locket?
That is the locket, Mr. Mason.
Thank you, Sergeant. No further questions. I ask that this locket be marked Defense Exhibit E for identification.
It shall be so marked. Mr. Reston?
I have no questions at this time, Your Honor.
You may step down.
Your Honor, the defense has a witness who has traveled a great distance to get here today. We request that she be permitted to testify out of order.
Who is the witness, Mr. Mason?
The decedent's widow, Your Honor. Denise McCarran. Mrs. McCarran, I've shown you this locket, Defense Exhibit E. Now I ask you if you recognize it.
Yes. My husband gave it to me when we were married. I always wear it.
Do you know how it came to be in your husband's pocket at the time of his death?
No, I don't. On the evening before Lester was to testify, I was shopping. On my way out of the market, I was knocked down and some man tore it off my neck.
Where were you when your husband was testifying?
I'd received a message that my sister had been in an automobile accident at Channing. I drove out to the hospital there.
How was your sister?
She was fine. There hadn't been any accident.
Just a ruse to get you out of town.
Objection, Your Honor. Where is Mr. Mason going with all this?
Mr. Mason?
Defense is attempting to show a connection between those events and Mr. McCarran's death.
I'll allow it for the moment.
Mrs. McCarran, before your husband was to testify, hadn't the two of you been receiving threats?
There were some phone calls. They made me edgy. Very edgy. But Lester thought they were just crank calls. At least at first.
Weren't they, in fact, part of a systematic campaign to terrorize your husband? A campaign climaxed by the delivery of your locket to him with the suggestion that your life would be in danger were he to testify?
Mr. Mason, I just don't...
Objection. Argumentative calls for complete speculation by the witness.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Mrs. McCarran, I'm sure the whole court offers you its sympathy. I thank you for coming here under very trying circumstances. I've no further questions.
No questions.
I have the reports from the phone company that you wanted.
Were you able to come up with any more on Sloan's land deal?
Only the original environmental survey that was filed with the county land office. But, Perry, this report was supposedly done by just one engineer. And None of the pages in the second half match the typeface or the papers in the first half.
Did you speak with the engineer?
He moved back east. Was offered a better job.
Della, did he take the job?
Yes. About the time I submitted this report.
All right. I'll take these. You find that engineer.
Yes, sir.
You forgot to salute.
Sheriff's Department, please. Yeah, hello. I'd like to speak with a Sergeant Brock. Sergeant, this is Paul Drake. I got your man Johnson. He's at a liquor store at the corner of Sheridan and Colfax. All right.
Sergeant Brock. There's a guy in a red plaid shirt.
Sarge, we have him trapped inside.
All right, then we got a possible hostage situation. I want everybody to be careful.
Lieutenant Wilkins, I understand the Air Force is a family tradition.
My father and grandfather were both Air Force officers, sir.
And as an officer and gentleman, you're bound by a code that goes beyond the oath you took in this courtroom.
Yes, sir, I am.
You knew Amy Beth Sawyer, did you not?
No. As I testified at Colonel Park's previous trial, I really barely knew her.
Barely knew her. Tell me, does the telephone number 555-4927 sound familiar to you?
I don't think so.
Lieutenant, isn't it true that there were more than 30 calls from the phone in your quarters to Miss Sawyer's condominium during the month prior to her death?
I wouldn't know that.
Lieutenant Wilkins, you called Miss Sawyer frequently, and you were very close friends. Now, isn't that true?
Yes.
All right, Lieutenant. What is the drug meclizine used for?
I wouldn't know that.
Oh, please, Lieutenant, I don't ask these questions lightly. Now, you take meclizine, do you not?
Yes.
And you take it for what condition?
Recurrent vestibular neuronitis.
In layman's terms, an inner ear problem that causes extreme dizziness. A condition that could end a pilot's career. Isn't that so?
Yes.
And in the course of your secret affair with Miss Sawyer, she discovered your condition. Isn't that so?
Yeah. Yes, she wanted me to talk to Colonel Parks about it, but I knew that he would just have to report that. And
I tried to keep it under control with drugs.
Miss Sawyer knew about your condition and was a threat to your Air Force career. You had to be sure that she would remain silent. Isn't that so?
No. No, it's not. I wouldn't and I couldn't. I love Beth.
I believe that's probably true, Lieutenant. No further questions.
May this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor, I have no questions.
You may step down.
You didn't show up for lunch. I figured something might have happened.
Well, we have Johnson trapped inside.
All right, Eric, take a couple of men and go in and search the place. Hey. Mr. Drake, I sure don't see a mountain man.
Well, I don't see him either.
Sergeant, none of these folks recall seeing a fellow like this guy described.
Now, wait a minute. I saw the guy go in. Wait, now you saw him in there, too.
No, I didn't. I was just taking your word for it.
Hey, Sarge, this place is empty.
You know, if I thought it would do any good, I'd file charges against you.
Mr. Drake? A Captain O'Malley called. Said she wanted you to meet her at the Off the Alley Cafe for breakfast. Said something about knowing who Mr. Johnson is.
Oh, yes, right. Thank you very much.
No, I didn't call you. I just got in.
Well, now that's what I thought. Then it's a setup.
Well, then you better call Sergeant Brock.
No, I think I've cried wolf one too many times as far as he's concerned.
You can't go out there by yourself.
Well, I think I have to.
Well, then I'm going to call him, Paul.
Well, maybe he'll believe you. See you later.
Is defense ready to call its next witness, Mr. Mason?
It was our hope to, Your Honor, but defense may have to request a short recess as our next witness has not yet arrived.
Well, if it's Chester Lackberry you're waiting for, you needn't bother, because he's right here.
Your Honor, defense calls Chester Lackberry. Mr. Lackberry, prior to moving out of the state, you were the engineer responsible for testing certain lands before they were traded or sold. Is that correct?
You got it. 29 years, never missed a day of work.
And why, after 29 years, did you decide to leave your post?
Somebody up and offered me a better job, that's why. In Albany, New York, for about twice the pay, too.
Didn't it surprise you, Mr. Lackberry, to be offered a new position with a substantial increase in salary as far away as Albany?
Well, I admit, came out of the blue at me.
You recall, sir, what you were working on when this piece of good fortune happened to strike you?
Oh, well, let's see. That'd have to be the soil survey on Milburn's old land. Something about a fancy kind of land swap with the Air Force base. I'm right, ain't I?
Mr. Lackberry, I show you Defense Exhibit F. You recognize it?
Shoot. I started going in 78, won't come back for love or money.
Mr. Mason.
That'll help.
Is that the report you submitted to the Air Force?
Well, yes and no.
What do you mean, yes and no?
Well, the first part's mine, all right. Typed it myself in my old portable.
The second part?
Well, I know that I didn't type that.
How do you know that, Mr. Lackberry?
Because it's plumb jackass wrong, that's why. Says here Milburn's old land is safe to build on.
And you believe the land is not safe?
Of course it isn't. Old Milburn had a big chemical factory out there, dumped straight into the ground. Land's toxic as a witch's wash. You can't build on that land. Not now, not ever.
Thank you, Mr. Lackberry. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Mason.
No further questions.
Mr. Reston.
I have no questions, Your Honor, but for the record, the people have a continuing objection to this entire line of testimony.
Defense calls Mr. Jason Sloan.
Somebody get an ambulance?
And aren't you personally negotiating the contract between your company and the Air Force for the building of the Milburn Center?
Yes, that's correct.
You arranged for the rights to purchase 50 acres of government-owned land north of town by donating 300 acres of the old Milburn factory site.
Yes.
A site Mr. Lackberry has just testified was toxic as a witch's wash.
I never saw that report in my life.
Never saw it? Never saw it, Mr. Sloan? In spite of the fact that the Milburn project represents your company's largest undertaking? A project that, should it fail, would drive you certainly into bankruptcy?
Althea, Mrs. Sloan, and her her brother, Ellis Milburn, handled all the paperwork.
And Amy Beth Sawyer. Wouldn't her job have given her access to all your company's transactions?
Yes, I guess so. That would have been part of her work.
So she would have had access to Mr. Lackberry's report detailing the soil conditions at the old Milburn factory site, wouldn't she?
Yes, I guess she would.
You also knew that if officials at the Air Force Base learned of any problems with the land, they would cancel the deal at once.
Objection. Calls for speculation from the witness.
Withdraw the question. At the time of her murder, Miss Sawyer was living in a condominium owned by your company, isn't that correct?
Yes,
A condominium to which you always had a key?
Of course I had a key, but that doesn't mean any...
Mr. Sloan, if Miss Sawyer had told Colonel Parks about that report, you would have been ruined. You had motive, means, opportunity.
I didn't kill Amy Beth.
Why should we believe you?
Because I loved her. I never laid a hand on that girl, but heaven help me, I loved her.
No further questions. Your Honor, may I have a moment to confer with Mr. Drake?
Very well.
Mr. Reston.
Your Honor, at the request of defense counsel, I will forego my cross-examination of this witness for the moment so that counsel may continue.
You may step down, Mr. Sloan.
I now call Althea Sloan to the stand. The assets of your husband's company really came from land and money you inherited from your father. Isn't that correct, Mrs. Sloan?
Yes.
And your husband hasn't had much success managing those assets, has he?
It's not his fault. He works hard. Things just never seem to come together.
And the Milburn Center would be the last chance for either of you to see your inheritance restored, wouldn't it?
The old factory site was all we had left.
But you both knew, there had once been a toxic chemical plant on that land, did you not?
That was so long ago.
That's why you arranged to have Chester Lackberry offered a higher-paying job elsewhere, and why you arranged to have his survey report altered.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The typeface appearing on the altered portion of Mr. Lackberry's report matches that of the typewriter in your office.
There must be thousands like it, Mr. Mason. Besides, anybody could have used my typewriter.
Who, Mrs. Sloan? Why? Who else had so much to lose?
I wouldn't know. Maybe, Amy Beth changed the report.
Amy Beth? Come now, Mrs. Sloan, come now. She had nothing to gain by altering this report. Now, at the first trial, you testified you'd taken calls for Miss Sawyer from Colonel Parks on the day of her murder. That you had, in fact, stayed on the line to overhear their conversation.
I overheard him ask her about a problem that she did not wish to discuss on the telephone. It's all in the transcript.
Yes, I have it here. All of it. You also overheard them arrange to meet at the condominium that night.
I did.
You must have thought that the problem they were discussing was the engineer's report, the one that you had deliberately changed.
I don't remember what I thought.
Isn't it true that to protect what remained of the Milbourne legacy, you arranged to have Amy Beth Sawyer murdered and Colonel Parks framed for that murder?
No, that is not true.
Who is Frank Johnson, Mrs. Sloan?
I don't know.
Then you don't care to know that just over an hour ago, the man who calls himself Frank Johnson had a serious accident and was taken to the county hospital.
Oh, my God. Was he...
Hurt? Are you asking if your brother, Ellis Milbourne, was hurt?
Please. Is Ellis all right?
He is in serious condition, but the doctors believe the prognosis is fair. Now, Mrs. Sloan, it was your brother, disguised as Frank Johnson, who killed Amy Beth Sawyer, wasn't it? It was your brother who killed Lester McCarran, wasn't it? It was your brother who framed Colonel Parks, wasn't it?
There was no other way. My father had worked so hard. He'd left us so much. Jason lost it. Lost everything. Except that useless piece of land where the factory once stood. It was Ellis's idea. Jason didn't have to know anything about it. But Amy Beth knew. She knew too much. It was our way out. Ellis blamed Jason, and he blamed me, so I went along with it. It was Ellis's idea.
Your Honor, defense moves to drop all charges against this defendant. I will at the appropriate time move to set aside the conviction in the other case and exonerate this defendant fully.
The prosecution concurs.
So ordered. The bailiff is instructed to take Mrs. Sloan into custody. Court is now adjourned.
There'll be no problems with Colonel Parks' reinstatement. We're just going for a little reorientation ride. Come on, Kevin.
Look, I'm not one for speeches, but I would like to say that...
He thanks you. And I do, too, more than you can ever know.
Thank you all very, very much.
You're welcome.
Well, it gave me a chance to meet the captain, take a helicopter ride.
Well, if you give me a chance, I'll teach you to fly one.
Let's not get carried away.
Oh, that reminds me, Paul. We have a plane to catch. I take it you are not going with us.
Actually, Terry has offered to drive me home.
Oh, that's a long drive.
It is, isn't it? So don't expect a call for a few days.
Bye.
You know, Perry, that's not a bad idea. Taking a long, leisurely drive home. I'll even drive if you will trust me not to get lost.
I have a better idea.
You mean you would take the train?
No, I want to